Hello, and welcome back to Kintsugi Integrative Practice. My name is Christine Archambault. I am a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and I am here with our fearless leader, Vera Imperiale, who is also a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. She also has her doctorate of theology. She's a very intelligent, educated, and motivated woman. We are here to talk to you about February, the month of love.
So we're in February 6th, and February 6th, the day February 6th, what does that mean biblically? It means humanity. It means our imperfections. It means that we're imperfect, but perfect love casts out all fears. So when we think about love, what do we think of? There's love in relationships, there's love, intimacy, there's a lot of different types of love. But love is kind, it's patient, it doesn't boast, it doesn't keep score. It doesn't remind you of your faults. And now what are we seeing in practice? We see in January, everybody comes in, they want to lose 10 pounds, they go to the gym, they're losing weight, they're feeling physically better, but their soul and their spirit is still dying. So in February, we see people want to work on relationships. And what's happening, people are coming in, they're second guessing themselves. What am I doing wrong in this relationship? Is it me or is it my partner? Am I loving too much or too little? And then these words come up, and I hear, like a lot of my patients, I still call them patients. I know you're supposed to call them clients, but I'm a nurse, and I'm old school. So they say to you things like, I'm being gaslight, I'm love bombing, they're mirroring me, I don't know what I'm thinking. So we're here to break it down. We are going to have a free conference on March 13th on healing the narcissistic wounds, because you are all survivors. But we're going to talk a little bit about what these terms mean and what our relationship's all about. So Christine, if someone comes in and they talk to you about gaslighting, can you explain that to them?
Yeah. And gaslighting is such a popular term these days, right? And social media makes these things become even more popular. So gaslighting is essentially when someone basically creates a false reality for you and makes you believe things that are not really true. And they will say it over and over to a point where you really can't understand what your own reality is anymore. It causes you to question your value, your self-worth. It can really affect your confidence and makes things very confusing for people.
You might hear from your patient that my partner told me I'm too sensitive. Or I didn't say that. Oh, you must have been sleeping or dreaming.
Yep. It's not true.
And that's been happening quite frequently in their relationships. So let's talk about, what do you think the triggers are that you might be living with a narcissistic partner?
Well, one thing is they tell you how you feel. Nobody can tell you how you feel. Only you can tell you how you feel.
So they make you start guessing your own feelings and emotions.
Yes.
You know what I think really happens too? You start wondering if you're going crazy or not.
Definitely.
And you start walking on eggshells because you're afraid to be you. Because in a narcissistic relationship, there's only one person, and it's them, not you. It's not us. What about this? Can they celebrate your wins?
No. They always turn it around to them.
So give me an example of what that would look like.
Look I graduated college. I'm so proud of myself. I did a great job. And my mom says, well, you wouldn't have done that if it weren't for me. I'm the one that paid for your school. I'm the one that pushed you to go to school.
So they minimize all your accomplishments. And then your mom probably would say something like, you're lucky because I had to stay home and cook and clean and give my mother money, right?
Yep.
So she would make even your wound deeper.
Yes.
And then you start pulling back and saying, oh my God, Mom, I'm really sorry. You sacrificed so much for me. What do you want to do? Can we go for dinner? So you actually change. You forget who you are. So in these relationships, you're no longer Vera and Christine. You're whatever you needed to be modeled and to be loved and accepted when you were younger.
Yes.
There
We tend to overcompensate in those situations. We overcompensate, and then we lose ourselves in who we are even more because we're trying to overcompensate to make our mothers or whomever happy. And the truth is, with a narcissist,
You're never going to do enough.
they're never happy. It doesn't matter what you do.
You can't love them enough to heal them, but you can love yourself to break free. The other is that, how do you feel at the end of the day or the end of the week when you're living with someone who's narcissistic?
Exhausted.
Exhausted, right?
Yes.
You have no energy left. And what about this? Your friends call you and they want to go out for dinner with you to celebrate their birthday. And you need to tell your partner, hey, I'm going to go out for 2 hours because Mary wants to meet me for a couple of drinks and have a great dinner. What will be the response?
You're going out without me? Are you really meeting Mary? I don't think you're really meeting Mary. Who are you really meeting? Well, I really don't think you should be going out with Mary. What, and you're wearing that? Why are you wearing that? That's very provocative. You're going out looking for another partner. I know that you are.
It's the jealousy, it's the rage, it's, you could say there's 25 different types of narcissists, but, it's not the malignant ones that we see, because the malignant ones have antisocial personality with it, and we know to stay away. It's those covert ones. It's the subtly they're reprogramming your brain. So if we think of it from biblical, for you to break free, you have to reprogram your brain, because you're living lies. You're living their reality and not reality. And your reality was so different than their reality, but until their reality shatters, you're living their reality and you gave yourself up. So is there hope for people who are in these relationships?
Absolutely.
Okay. What do you think? Where does it begin? Where is that hope?
Well, we have to break free. We have to remember who we are and get back in touch with ourselves.
So, someone once told me hope, only having positive expectations. And basically, yes, you said identity. So where is your identity today? Is it in you? Is it in God? Or is it in your jerk? No, I'm sorry. Is it in your partner who's really driving you under the bus, So, to me, we have to be real. So where is the reality? Even in the Bible, if you do believe in the Bible, Jesus said to the Pharisees, you speak out of your mouth, but your heart is far from me. Think about that. He loved those Pharisees, but they were giving him lip service. Mm-hmm. And that's what a narcissist does. They know exactly what to say, and they look all put together. But underneath, they're little girls and little boys. They're fragile. They're still trying to get the attention of their mother at the age of 5 or their father. And they're still carrying those wounds with them because they never did the hard work. We're called kintsugi for a reason, because we take all our brokenness, just like this heart. In the heart, we're all broken. They're all pieces of candy. And this is us. We're all broken and shattered. But God wants to use us in our imperfections. So when you start letting that light come in, His grace, He starts taking that and doing something great with it. So for me, if you're living in a relationship that is damaging you, maybe turning the focus on God and then yourself and then others, because you can't love from an empty cup.
No, you cannot.
And when you're in this relationship, you have no love to give. You're drained, you're exhausted. And besides that, you're depressed, you're anxious. So people come in and they're somatic. I have depression, I have anxiety, I have anger, I don't know what I'm doing, I have ADHD, I'm confused. No, you've been living with a partner who's been making you feel that way, because the body keeps score. So you have to heal your body, your soul, and your spirit to get out of it. And there is always hope, because love never dies. And hope never fails. So if you want to come to the conference on March 13th, and
March 13th,
Friday the 13th, and we're not afraid of it because we go out in faith, not in fear. If you want to come, just sign up on the website, 6:15, food will be served, and we will discuss the healing patterns of reclaiming your identity and surviving a narcissistic relationship. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope this gave you a little insight into the world. God bless.